With the help of Hashem B'siyata Dishmaya, I want to speak about, in a deeper way, what I spoke about yesterday. The Gemara in Masechet Ta'anit, the Mishnah in Masechet Ta'anit, page 26b, the Mishnah says, Mishenichnas Av Ma'atim B'Simcha. When the month of Av comes in, you have to reduce happiness. And the Gemara of Chavtet Amud Aleph and Chavtet Amud Beis, the Gemara says, Keshem, in the same way, Shemishenichnas Av Ma'atim B'Simcha, Kach, in the same way, Mishenichnas Adar Ma'atim B'Simcha. And Rashi right away says, why Mishenichnas Av Ma'atim B'Simcha? Because it's a month which has Nisim, Shenasu Nisim LiYisrael, Pesach, Purim and Pesach.
Pesach is Nisim.
Yes.
Not Odom.
Yes.
So why is Odom?
It's a time of Nisim. So that's why Mishenichnas Odom Ma'atim B'Simcha. It's Yemei Nisim Oyu LiYisrael, Purim and Pesach. Yemei Nisim, it's a days of miracles. And Omar Rav says, therefore, when somebody has a judgment with a goy, he should not have a judgment on the month of Av, he should remove it to the month of Adar, if it's possible. The problem is that the Rambam and the Shulchan Aruch bring down the Rambam Perekei Milchoistanis Aloch Avov in the Shulchan Aruch and Hilchos Tisha B'Av Siman Tav Kuf Nun Aleph Sif Aleph. The Shulchan Aruch brings the Mishenichnas Av Mematim B'Simcha. And if you have a judgment with a goy, remove it, try to run away. But the Rambam and the Shulchan Aruch in the laws of Purim didn't bring one word about Mishenichnas Adar Ma'atim B'Simcha. And now if you have a judgment with a goy, push it to Adar. The Shulchan Aruch didn't bring anything of it. And it's a pella. Why? By Tisha B'Av, the Shulchan Aruch, the Rambam brings it la'alocha. And by Purim, the month of Adar, the Shulchan Aruch doesn't bring this halacha. Yes.
But it's no doing it. By all, you have the Shloshos before, you have here, B'Yizayim B'Tammuz, you start to go. So here tells you it's like a mahalach. You have Yizayim B'Tammuz, it comes up, it continues from before. Mashiach in Adar is nothing before. There's no Mishenichnas. It doesn't
start from Adar?
No, no Mishenichnas. He says,
Mishenichnas Adar Ma'atim B'Simcha.
Mishenichnas is only when you have something start before you say Mishenichnas.
Who says? No, this Balabatish is wrong. You're not saying anything. Because I start before, I cannot do more. Yes. Good. הכל טוב ויפה, זה רש"י. אבל הגמרא אומרת, הגמרא says, משנכנס אודו מרבי בשמחה. The Shulchan Aruch, the Rambam don't bring this halacha. They bring the halacha of Adar, they bring the Mishnah of Av, but they don't bring the Gemara that says Keshem. If you look in the Megillah, the Goy Mevilna on the Pasuk that says, "Va'chodesh asher nefach lohem miyogoy lesimcha," in the month that turned over from sorrow to happiness, the Goy Mevilna says, "Chodesh," the same way the month of Mishenichnas Av Mematim B'Simcha. Also, this month it was supposed to be Yogoy. The whole month there was a Yogoy, and it turned to Simcha. So that's why Mishenichnas Adar Ma'atim B'Simcha. So it's a correlation. It's a dinyoy, and that's from the pasuk. So why in the Shulchan Aruch and the Rambam don't bring this halacha? Only in Chodesh Av. The Chassam Sofer was asked this question, and he gave two answers. I'm going to say Bezrat Hashem those answers, and we're going to ask on them, and I want to bring my answer. The first answer the Chassam Sofer says that really it's a machloikes between Rav and other Amoyroim. Rav holds that the entire month of Av, you have to noig avelus. You're not allowed to wash yourself. You have to mourn. If you look at Toys at the end of Megillah, Daf Lamed Aleph Amud Beis, he learns that according to Rav, the whole month of Av, you have to cast them to mourn, cast an avelus. Why? Because when it says in the Posuk, Ishbati Chodosho, doesn't mean Chodosh and Shabboso, it says Chodosh and Shabboso. Doesn't mean the Shabbos in the Chodesh, it means the whole month. So therefore, if the whole month needs to have Avelus, so therefore, when the Pasuk says, V'achodesh asher nepach lo miyogel lesimcha, comes back to Kasha, why by Adar, we don't say Marbi Mesimcha. So the answer is no. When the Shulchan Aruch says Mishenichnas of Marbi Memati Mesimcha, doesn't mean the whole month. It means according to the rules of Avelus, you cannot build as a binyan shel simcha of Chasnus, Havana Kashem Elohim, etc. So only goes on there, not on the whole month. So he made the Rambam that says Mishenichnas of Marbi Memati Mesimcha goes only on which and the halachas that we have. How don't build a building of happiness, etc. That we have, don't eat meat, wine, which have rules or regulation. How to Memati Mesimcha. Shavuot Shechalbo, but not the month. Therefore, comes back that by Purim it's not shayach. We don't have shayach of building Benetias Simcha to hold the Yalat to build. So therefore, even in the place where the Kasa Misum Malacha, you have to build Binyan Simcha, and therefore you cannot bring this halacha of Rav Mishenichnas Odo Marbe Simcha. Rav Papa said that if you have a judgment with a goy, don't put on Odo. Why that he didn't bring? Why he brings by Ov? If the whole thing is only an of specific halachas of Simcha, so why we talking about why the Rambam brought this halacha by Av and not by Purim? So he says, really from Rosh Chodesh there's no Avelus, and there's no problem of Mazal. But the Shulchan Aruch choshash lesakanta uposak de lishtamet be'Av. Very strange. Really, the halacha is that the month is not a problem. The whole month of Av is not a problem because when Pascha like Rav, it's only the week and with the special halachot of how to mourn. But there's no problem we have mazel is bad because if the whole month is a mazel, but we don't Pascha the whole month is bad mazel, it's only certain halachas of Avelus. So therefore, so the only reason he Pascha, if you have a judgment with a goy and two Tisha B'Av run away, it's only mitzad chashash l'sakona. But by Adar, he didn't write the Lintzele because it's not there's sakona here is no union of mazel, so that's why by Adar he didn't write it. So it's a very dochuk answer. It's a very dochuk answer. So the question comes back, why by Mishenichnas of the Shulchan Aruch the Rambam brings this halacha that Mishenichnas memati besimcha, and by Adar we don't say that. See, he says maybe a second answer. That the whole problem of Mazel, the Jewish people don't have any Mazel. It says, Ein Mazel Yisrael. So you may the halacha is, there's no problem with Mazel. Now, by Chodesh Odo, why Rashi says Purim and Nisan and Pesach? Because when you have two Nisim, it's Chazokah. It's Chazokah, it's Chazik, it's a Chazokah. So although there's no Mazel, but there's a Simon, because you have a Chazokah of Nisim. So that's why Rashi said, that Adar, you should be happy because it's Yemei Nisim L'Yisrael means you have a Chazokah, not Mitzad Mazel. Mitzad Chazokah and Mazel Yisrael. It's only Mitzad Chazokah and a Simon. And therefore, you have to be happy. However, he said the Shulchan Aruch holds like he holds that Rav Papa holds because of Mazel, and we don't know Mazel, and therefore he didn't bring it down. But by Ov, so why by Ov he brought it down? Because the Goyim have strong mazel. They have mazel. So Goyim have mazel. So therefore by Ov, has to do with the mazel of the Goyim, we have to worry. If you have a judgment with a Goy, don't bring it. But by Pesach, by Purim, with our mazel, we don't have mazel. We only have chazaka. So the Shulchan Aruch says there's no problem of mazel. So only Shaila of chazaka of Nisi. So therefore that's what Shulchan Aruch can bring it down. Both terutzim are tough. Very hard terutzim. I think there's a very simple teretz here, which I want to explain today, and I want to relate to us. How do we have to carry in our lives and connect to Hashem? Siyata Nishmai. There is a Tosfos in Masechet Megillah. Daf Amud Aleph, Amud Beis. The Gemara speaks there about Ta'aniyot. There's no rain. There's no rain. You do 3 Ta'aniyot, another 3, and it goes on. It builds up of groups of fasting after group of and every time we more strict on ourselves and our mourning and crying and begging Hashem. And one of the highest level, it says, when those time that this group of Taniyot comes in, Memartin b'simcha comes twice, and he says the word Memartin is not giving us any measurement. So therefore, en Memartin bichla, en no simchat or. Again, when it says Memartin b'simcha, doesn't say how much, doesn't know measurement. So it means El Ismoach Klal. Comes the Magen Avraham, the Beis Chodesh, and all the poskim bring this Tosfos, and they make copy paste. And it says also in the month of Av. That's why we shouldn't bring it back. But he says his halachas don't build a building of Simcha of Melachim, because there's a measurement, and also for 0, from 10 to 0, the 0 is a measurement. But afterwards, there's no limitation. So you can't bring it. How much? Again, if I say memati means there's no limitation, means 0. So then the 0 is the measurement, because that's where it stops. En simchat or. But when I say marbim, until where? There's no end. There's no limit. So you can't write it down, because how much? There's no measurement. Must be this general state of mind. And this is what it has to do with us. At what level? We brought yesterday a story of what kind of state of mind has to be. I brought a story, this guy had a daughter, 38 years old. She didn't get married, the parents were crying, screaming, going to schools, to Amuka, to Rabbi Yehuda Bar Iloi, to this, that, and crying, doing this, was giving tzedakos. All in the time when she came back home, and from a girlfriend's engagement and marriages, and she's all depressed, the parents are depressed, and what to do, and they cry to Hashem. When 38 years old, she got married, on the day of the wedding, the father went to the koisel, and he cried all night, and he said to himself, tonight, I'm losing my connection to Hashem. Because until now, for 18 years, I was depressed and pressured to my daughter to get married, so I was very connected to God. Tonight is gone. I'm going to continue and have the state of mind and more and more. Of what? No limitation. How much? More and more. And I want to say, I say this, which I heard from Rav Adis, an amazing statement. It says, when Mashiach will come, it says in the Ksubim, when Mashiach will come, lo yirov lalechem, v'lo yitzamo lamayim, no hunger for bread, no thirst for water. Kim ladas es Hashem. The thirst and the hunger will be to know God. Want to know God. And the Pasuk says, in what way? How are you going to describe how much we want to know Hashem in those days? It's like it's saying, how much? So the Pasuk says, like Nashim amitalafna b'tzion, like those women that are faint, and they so overload emotions, they just fall apart and faint. Women, they like overwhelmed, they can faint. Also men sometimes. So in that level, which means the overwhelming. If I say, Margin B'Simcha, how much? How much margin? Give me 20 taquilas to like, out, right? I'm out, till you're out. Till you're out means till the emotions go over your body and you faint. Hashem doesn't want you to faint. He wants you to live the Torah, to be happy with the Torah. But that's what it means. He wants you, no limitation. Od yoter, and more and more to be happy with Hashem. This is the month. It's a workout. Today you do exercise 10 minutes, tomorrow 12 minutes. You add your happiness. Yesterday we sang Asher in one way. Today it has to be higher and more stronger and more happy. You add and add. You add until what? Until I see guys fainting here. All around. Bezrat Hashem. Chag Sameach.